Don't limit yourself by what other people think of you. Don't limit yourself by the way that society looks at you. Don't limit yourself by how you view yourself. Just remember that you have an infinite amount of capability, and whatever you have to go for may be very challenging, and your journey might be more challenging than anyone else around you, but you're still going to make it. It just might take you a little more time. And in the end, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter how long it takes. The point of it is that you're pursuing something that you want, and you're starting to build a life that gives you joy or meaning or a feeling of satisfaction. And really that's all that matters. So go for it. Try, put effort in, have dedication, and do it every day. And I guarantee you're gonna make progress. You're gonna get closer and closer to that vision. You're gonna get closer to that dream becoming a reality. You are, as we all are, capable of anything, but most people let themselves be held back by their circumstance or a self-limiting belief. And I just want to remind you that it doesn't matter who you are 100% capable of achieving a dream that you have. You just have to embrace the trade-offs that happen, but you will be able to achieve it if you really want it. A lot of times, we change as people, the situation changes, the dream changes, but you will achieve most of what you want. And as I'm talking to you in this video, I'm trying that again. I thought, I should start, imparting wisdom from the last journey I had, which was a 7-year run, building and creating this company in Silicon Valley with nothing. I didn't have investment. I didn't have any money myself. I didn't have a social network. I didn't have anything that most people around me did have, and I still made it. It was a lot harder than most people. It was years of my life. It was stress, it was struggle, it was constant challenge. It was constantly feeling like I wasn't moving fast enough, or I wasn't achieving the level of growth that other people were. And I wasn't, because I didn't have the things that other people had. But I eventually, through time and effort and dedication, I'm talking years, eventually I was hitting different levels of success. And I built a company of thousands of people, and I had the best customers in town. We had premium customers that I guess most people would dream of, but I also didn't really enjoy my life. I didn't have a good lifestyle. I didn't have a good life. I didn't have a lot of money personally. A lot of people don't realize that, but when you're building something else, you're building something that's bigger than you put everything that comes your way back into that organism, and you gamble on the fact that in the end it'll take care of you. So as I was going through this journey, I'm talking 7 years of my life, I didn't enjoy my life very much. I'll be honest with you. It was very successful, and we did really well, and we delivered value to a lot of people, but it was a tough journey. I'm sure you hear this from other people. You give up a lot when you go in that journey. If you're putting everything you have into the pursuit of your dream, or into the growth process that's needed to evolve along that way, you're gonna give up a lot of things. You might give up comfort, you might give up income, you probably will give up a lot of social outings or social connections or friends, or even a healthy relationship, or finding a mate, at a certain age. These are trade-offs that a lot of people have made. These are definitely trade-offs that I too have experienced. So, we're not even getting into all the other trade-offs. I'm not even gonna go down that entire list, but there's a lot of things that you give up along the way, and that's tough. That's hard. You wake up some days and you ask yourself why you're doing this ridiculous pursuit of a dream. Is it worth it? So there's a constant battle internally as you go through the pursuit of an unconventional dream. You're becoming comfortable not being judged by other people. You're going through a lot of loss, and a lot of trade-off, and a lot of sacrifice, and a lot of stress. And there's a constant need to be resilient. There's a constant need to be strong, and there's a constant need to adapt and grow in a way that you will not do if you pursue the average life. But at the same time, no matter the destination, no matter if you achieve fully what you want, you are growing as a person on the way. You're developing these skills, you're developing these strengths, you're improving the quality of life that you will have. It might not seem like it in the moment, but you're pursuing a difficult journey and you're overcoming difficult challenges, so you will become a better person through that process. My point here is, even as I'm on this journey right now, it's like, oh, I should share with you guys, wisdom and things that I've done in my last company, but I don't know if anyone wants to hear that. So I'll talk about the journey I'm on now, which is a journey I'm taking because I want to build something that's more aligned with who I am, right? I mean, I like people, I love stories, I like sharing awareness and knowledge and inspiring others through others' story. This journey that I'm on now with social media, I've never had a social media account until now. I mean, I just created a YouTube account, I just created an Instagram account. I have no followers. I'm not gonna dump any money into advertising. I'm just gonna put out content that I think is valuable and move this forward and believe that the message that I'm trying to get out there, a motivational message, a message around creativity and resiliency and struggle and challenge and growth and the human story behind that, the human experience behind this process of growth and change and ambition and drive, I believe that is valuable, and I'm going to put out content as best as I can that helps all of us learn and grow as we pursue unconventional success, as we pursue the dreams and the goals and the desires that we have in life. So, I'm going to share with you the struggles that I go through here. I mean, I've already made a lot of mistakes. I mean, even in the podcast across the way, right over here, when I shot that, and I'll link the description below, we got out to this great location, but the wind was so strong, like the wind is right now. And I got back to the computer and the audio was terrible. It was like the wind was swirling around. And I thought everything was ruined, but I figured out a way to fix that. I figured out a way to make that audio good enough to go along with the story, and it actually came out okay. And in the next one, I go into the fire tower, I meet with the lovely couple, we have this great conversation, and I didn't realize that when we plugged into their remote power, because they're off grid, there was some kind of signal interference that wasn't being picked up on the headphones, but when I got back to the recording, it was a high noise signal coming in through the audio, and it seemed like it was ruined. But again, I figured out a way to fix it. And the thing that I had fixed in the podcast before helped me with fixing that issue. It kind of seemed like amateur hour, right? I mean, all of these problems. I didn't know anything about audio when I did the first podcast. I didn't know much about signal interference, but as you go through this journey, and as I'm going through this journey, I'm learning a lot, I'm growing. I'm drawing on my previous experiences to fix mistakes as they happen, because mistakes are inevitable. As we go forward into the unknown, and as we try new things, and as we get into new territory, we're going to learn in that process. The point is to move forward. The point is to move forward and to put out product and to put out value and to put out the message. That's what matters. It doesn't matter about fine-tuning until later on. So, that's what I did. I mean, it felt like a failure in the moment. It felt like a mistake. It felt like it was amateur hour, but I didn't let it get to me. I didn't let it beat me up. I didn't let it ruin the ability to put out content, and I moved forward. So, I'm no different than anyone else. I'm making mistakes. I'm getting into situations that, professionals probably wouldn't get into, but I'm fixing them as they happen. I'm going through this growth process, and I'm committed to making progress, and that's the only point I'm trying to get across. You pick a direction, you set a dream, and you go for it, and you stop questioning yourself. You just go for it. As you run into the wall, as you get stuck in mud, as you get flat tires, you figure out a way to fix it. And you will, because you're smart, you're a human being. It doesn't matter if you're a genius or if you're an average person. If you go through the challenges, you will figure out a way to overcome problems. You will figure out a way to navigate around obstacles, or to pick yourself back up when you fall down. That's my only point. So, just remember that the only thing holding you back is you yourself. The things that you will go after will probably change, and the things that you want may not happen for a while, but you will get them eventually. You will achieve what you want. You just have to go after it. You have to believe in yourself and go after it with dedication, determination, not caring about what other people think. Believe in yourself and go for it. You know, for all we know, this is the only life we have. So, you know, live every day like you might die tomorrow, because we don't know. You know, how would you live tomorrow if you knew that you wouldn't be around the next day? That's kind of how I'm trying to live my life now. And I've always thought that as I've gone through my life before, but I think now I'm actually living that in totality. I'm trying to do this thing on social media. I've never done it. It feels ridiculous. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to go for it. I think what's important for me is to get this message out there and to find people that can share their message along the lines of what we're going for. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put everything I have into it. I'm going to try my best, and I'm going to move forward. And that's all we can all do. And if we all do that, we're all going to make progress. So just remember, don't limit yourself. Go after what you want. Be determined, put in dedication, and go for it. You know, go for your dream, and don't let anyone stop you. Don't let yourself stop yourself. I'll leave you with a view of many dreams that were built and knocked down, and a bridge that was built. And just remember that if you keep going after what you want, you're going to achieve progress, and really progress is the only thing that matters. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video.